And you know the question?
Repeat it.
Okay. How did you know you were pregnant and what were your early symptoms?
All right, well, I don't know. I just felt like I should be. And so I got a home pregnancy test and did that like on Mother's Day. And it was positive. So that was really good. And as far as any early symptoms, the only and most obvious was that I didn't have a period, but that didn't happen until after I got a positive pregnancy test. So I hadn't even missed a period at that point. But I didn't have morning sickness. I would say probably the biggest sign was that I wanted to eat salad every day again. I wanted to eat healthy, really, really healthy stuff. I was craving it. So I was having big salads just about every single day.
Throughout the whole time you were pregnant with me?
Pretty much almost on a daily basis. I'd have a big salad, and then I'd have other things too. Big salad meaning all kinds of different veggies or cottage cheese and cheeses or hard-boiled eggs and some ham or turkey roll-ups on the side, or so it was real healthy and real balanced. And I always liked milk, and I drank tons more than I usually did. Craved it.
Yep. Okay. How did you feel when you found out definitively? And what were your initial concerns?
Well, only about 6 months before I'd had a stillborn son. So I was thrilled that I was even able to become pregnant again, and yet I was really, really scared. And so I was probably overcautious with just about everything, and even though I have a medical background, I was checking in with my doctor like all the time.
Let's see. Oh, what did you like about being pregnant?
What did I like about being pregnant? That I was going to be bringing into this big, beautiful world a little person who I was going to be able to watch and grow and blossom and share my life with, share our life with.
Let's see. I'm trying to see what didn't you like about being pregnant?
Well, for years and years and years, many people would always ask me, "Are you pregnant? When are you due?" And I was not pregnant. And then when I was pregnant, nobody asked me. And so even though I didn't have to, I wore maternity clothes, and it was right at the tail end when women did really wear maternity clothes rather than the skin-tight things that they do nowadays. So even though I didn't have to, I wore my maternity dresses. Because people didn't ask me if I was pregnant or when I was due until I did that.
Did you have a birth plan? It's in quotations.
I had initially had birth plans for childbearing before I had my son. And when John was stillborn, I guess my personal plans kind of went out the window, because all I wanted was to bring the baby, my little girl, I didn't know she was a girl, to bring my little one into this world healthy. And in order to ensure that, Some of the things that I thought would be really cool to do delivering a baby kind of went out the window, and I took my doctor's advice 100%.
What were those things that you were thinking of doing?
Well, I really thought that I would have liked to have delivered my children at home. That really was a big factor, and I did not want to have any kind of medications or drugs or anything like that, and I wanted to have it more holistic. So, you know, I would envision my husband rubbing my feet with lotion, or holding my hand, or stroking my hair, or maybe getting into a bath to relax for a little while or something.
Well, between like contractions?
Well, not between contractions, because they can, but during the labor itself, because sometimes labor can be really long.
Yeah.
So that's kind of more that I felt that I would do, and I was thinking that I would have a midwife there at home too. But you know, plans change, and it wasn't the end of the world.
Right.
It would have been the end of the world if I'd lost my little girl as well as lost my son.
I already know the answer to this, but did things go as expected?
Well, you could say no, because it was an emergency C-section, because you were such a preemie and all that. However, once my doctor knew that it was time for you to come out into this world, everything went more than perfectly. You only had 5 minutes of oxygen, and you were strong enough not even to be in an intensive care unit. Even a full day you were transferred out because you were so strong. So, and that was at 2 pounds 12 ounces.
Okay, let me see here. What were the initial moments like with the newborn?
Well, I was still somewhat anesthetized, and because you were such a preemie, you were in the NICU at that point. Although you weren't receiving oxygen, you were in an incubator at that point in the NICU. And your dad wheeled me down to the NICU, where I saw you for the first time in your little incubator, and Dad's got a picture of that very moment. That's when I
that
first
one
saw
that I've
you.
seen?
Yeah.
Cool.
Prior to that, he had asked me if I wanted to go and see Catherine, and I said absolutely not. I worked with 5 different Kathys, Catherines, Kathleen's, and Catherine wasn't even on the list of names. So when he asked if I wanted to go see Catherine, I said no. I didn't want to go, but I didn't realize that I'd already come out of my anesthesia for a little while and named you Catherine Rose and yelled the spelling of your name.
Let me see here.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing
Well,
well,
thank you.
thanks. Yeah. You turn it off?
Oh, shall I?
Yeah.